Sikuyanade Bol Olaram, or hello everyone and welcome. A Wolves Den Games is proud to present Friday's Foray with your host, Garoy Lorkier.
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin, if you know what I mean.
Sorry about that, I accidentally remuted it. Okay, now I'm stuck. Howdy Bay, welcome. That was not what I intended to do. My mouse is all acting up now. And I can't do that until I can click on the window. Dag nabbit. One second, folks. Having some minor technical difficulties with my mouse here. I can't seem to... Can't get my computer to respond to it. Okay, computer, come on. There we go, finally. Yeah, I tried that a few times. Not exactly sure what ended up happening, but we are back up, finally. Steam is trying to say that it doesn't want to accept my controller, yet my controller's working just fine. So I'm a little confused as to what just happened. But things are back on track, and that's a good thing. I do want to thank everyone for joining us. I do apologize for those brief issues there. I hadn't checked out the Bard College yet. Mostly I'm just trying to get some of these quests out of the way because we don't usually do quests. So we are kind of moving forward from here. I do have one thing that I've been tempted to add for our as a Patreon exclusive, if folks might be interested. Um, it has been brought to my attention more than once that
We should have the festival soon.
Not much, to be honest.
let's see
Their
if we can
return
get
was
this.
a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the library, if you're interested. Not much. But as a bard, I find the whole affair depressing. There are no heroes
Okay.
in this war. No
But what I was
winners to be
thinking
had,
was
and no
because
real
some folks seem to
If you want something
enjoy
a bard can
the
dig
sound of my
into,
voice.
look to the dragons.
There's a short story
1,000
that I'm
years from
a
now,
little tempted to
Skyrim
do
will
a
have changed
recording of.
rulers dozens of times. But the return of the dragons,
It was
that
released
story
last
is once
year
in an era.
for Christmas, written by Jim Butcher,
Don't
who
forget to speak to Yorn when you're ready for the festival.
Your solo performance is about a week away. I expect to hear your early rendition.
We should have the festival soon.
so in other words,
I hardly see how your advice.
I can't do that quest. So that's another one that's all glitched out. Oh yeah, we still need money. I forgot. We need money because we got one more house to buy. So I figure if I can sell off some of these items that I have very little use for, then maybe we can hit that 8,000 and get the Markarth home. And I should probably go try and get the Mace of Molag Bol, I think is the proper name there. Okay, so I'm gonna run to the shop and see if I can start. Apparently it's glitched out. It's one of those things where, for whatever reason, I did something I probably shouldn't have and messed it up. And the computer refuses to acknowledge the fact that I've already spoken to that guy as much as possible and found out everything I could possibly find out, I guess. So, as it's going to act up, I can always just skip it. Yeah, he was the one that was marked for me to speak with.
You're a traveler, correct? Have you been to Whiterun?
Of course I've been to Whiterun.
Wonderful. My daughter Fura was assigned to
Oh,
Whiterun
that's right.
after she joined the Imperial Army. I haven't heard from her lately. I've tried talking to Captain Aldous, but he hasn't been any help. Oh, that's very sweet of you. Anything you can find out from Captain Aldous would be... Take a look.
Okay, I'm sure I can get some decent stuff for the additional potions that I don't use. So let's get some of these dealt with. Granted, this person doesn't have a whole lot of gold. Okay, there's
Get me next time you need herbs and potions.
time to start jumping around to some shops. I do apologize for the boring bits here because running around and going through inventory always seems a little boring, at least to me. But I'm hoping that once we have the new house, it'll make it all worthwhile. Oh, I probably should have ran to the other shop and sold some other stuff while I was there. Ah, well, we can work our way back. And then Sunday we have our D&D game again, and unfortunately I don't know which campaign we're actually going to be running. So if I'm running the games this weekend, I've got like 3 different campaigns I got to check on the prep for and make sure all of that's up to date. If it's the campaign that I'm playing in, that's a whole different story. Although I kind of miss playing my
Skyrim ever get warm, husband?
No, not really. Need a dagger? No? How about a take a look?
okay, let's see what we can sell this guy. A lot of it is no, that stays with me. It's only worth 3. That stays with me. That stays with me. I know I should have saved those. Cause daggers. But we kind of need the cash at the moment. Whoops. I think I just sold something I shouldn't have. Well, he's broke.
Come back if you need steel.
I thought I had more stuff to sell. I guess I'll have to actually go back and hit some of the non-enchanted items that I have put away. Huh. Is that the only shop here? That doesn't seem right. That's the Jarl's. What's this up here? The barracks. No thanks. Tavern. Don't really need the tavern currently. So we'll jump to the next town. Again, one of those things where I apologize for the boring bits, but it does allow us some time to jump around and talk about other things. But yeah, I've been seriously considering sitting down and recording a video of me reading the Jim Butcher short story Christmas Eve, which was put out last year. I don't know if it would be worth it, but if it's something folks might be interested in, I am willing to do what I can and attempt, at least, to read through properly. Depending, of course, on headaches and that kind of thing that do tend to come with reading and writing for me. But if it's something folks might be interested in, I would be willing to do my best to get a full recording done and then post it up for our patrons. As far as it being posted elsewhere, that might end up being something later on. I kind of like the idea of having a few things that are exclusive for our patrons. Even if it is like an early release kind of thing. Is that ale? No. Of course it's not ale. Oh, gotta take the loot. And the dagger. Huh. It's also interesting to see what we can find. Just kind of scattered in here. I don't recall... Oh, she is still here.
What do you think you're doing?
I'll sell just about... Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
No. Yeah, those I can sell. Whoops. Everything else is way too expensive, isn't it? Yeah, that'll do.
Until next time.
She completely forgot about the fact that I swiped that piece of gold off the counter. Sometimes those glitches actually work in my favor. Will it let me? Probably not. Yeah, I figured. Howdy, Patricia. Welcome. I do hope that we can make things worthwhile for you as far as relaxation. And the guards just ignored me. Oh, no, there they are.
Order of the yard. Stop right there.
Where'd you come from?
Whee! Instead of fighting them, I'll run. Serana, don't be picking fights. I'm trying not to get into more trouble here. There we go. Maybe now I can get to the next town. Yeah, I got caught stealing a piece of gold off the counter. And I tried to glitch it out so that the guards wouldn't come after me, but they ended up showing up anyway. What's this over here? I don't think I've ever actually been right down here. I mean, I know I've gone that way toward the other stuff, but I don't think I've actually been directly below. Kind of interesting what I might find. Although you'd think it'd be kind of obvious to look underneath the school. And yet, it just never occurred to me until just now when I'm running away from the guards. Of course, I have no idea what else might be over here, so I'm going to be all stealthy about it. Because if I can, I'd rather not end up as a whole. Well, yeah, angry cat. And it looks like there's nothing really here. At least nothing in particular. Again, it's been more about getting the money together for the last home there in Markarth than anything else, but I guess we'll see how things go, if it'll let me jump to the next one. There we go. So yeah, apparently I was able to run away from the guards without too much trouble. We're still having some issues with some lagged frames, which is unfortunate. I'm guessing it's probably the webcam. Also, we will be off at 9 due to Undead Wood starting up at that time, which is about 2.5 hours. And we are also expecting some company at some point, so if I have to step away for a few minutes, it will only be for a few minutes, but there is the chance that we may get temporarily called away for a little bit. But it won't be for long.
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all this? Some may call this junk.
Okay.
Me, I call them treasures.
What am I carrying that I can sell you? One of those. 389. So 298. That will work for me for now, because that's just enough to get the house in Markarth. Which will get that particular quest taken care of as well. I know that we have a tendency to ignore the quests for the most part, but once those quests start building up enough, you kind of need to start getting rid of some of them. But then the exploration kind of helps unlock those locations to make it easier to fast travel to where you need to be in order to get those done.
I'd be a lot warmer than
Yeah, today's a little scatterbrained, so I do apologize for that. It's been a long week in writing up the one shot that we will be doing, at least a recording, if not a live stream of. It turns out that I need to redo my entire chapter 3 of that 3-part quest, which does adjust some of the other aspects that kind of need doing.
like me, eh? Don't fancy those clunky tools.
But we're getting there.
Splendid. There's a house available. Wonderful. Here is the key to your new home.
And now, technically, before I decorate,
I'll be glad to help you.
well,
And of
depending
course,
depending on whether or not I actually have the cash. What's the cheapest?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you don't seem to have enough gold to pay for that.
Not like that's really an issue, because I can easily just handle that.
What is it? Dragons?
Wait. Whoops. I didn't mean to draw the bow. That's what it was, because I still needed to talk to him about
In
it.
honor of your service, then by my right, I grant you.
And I got the
also
last
notify
Thane
my
ship.
guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble. It's unfortunate. Now I've been told that the attacker claimed to be a forsworn, so don't concern yourself with it. Markarth is safe. You have my word.
Sure, it's safe.
Everything all right?
With dragons running around, nobody's really safe. I mean, depending on the dragons, of course. Going by... Well, what I know of D&D dragons in particular is based on the Dragonlance novels, where there were the chromatic and the metallic dragons, the chromatic being evil and the metallic being good. In fact, those dragons have had a major influence on how the dragons within my world work, up to a point. While I'm here, I might as well get the Mace of Molak Bowl. The Winterhold Jail. I don't think I've ever actually looked at it or tried to find it. I'd rather like, yep, I'm often doing Skyrim. We do also do D&D character creation at times, those kinds of things. Oh yeah, I haven't decorated this place yet, so there probably isn't a whole lot to raid in order to turn around and sell. Oop, cabbages. Gotta grab the cabbages. And I'll take the pie too. That looks like leeks and potatoes. For those who may be unfamiliar with our streams, when we do play Skyrim, confiscating as many cabbages as we can find is usually part of our runs. Mostly due to a particular joke that was told by Sam Riegel regarding Brian W. Foster. I knew one of these had something in it. It was a mead barrel that had a bunch of stuff that wasn't mead. That makes very little sense. But now it's time to, howdy, welcome. Seems we have more folks over on Facebook currently than we do on Twitch, but that's fine. It happens. I am glad that we're able to reach so many people at once. Cabbages? No cabbages. So yeah, we have a tendency to confiscate, well, not necessarily confiscate, but get a hold of. Okay, where's the... Well, I'm right here. Oh, that's the part that goes with it. Where is it? That's the one. Is it? Nope, it's down below, isn't it? This one. Here we go. We have been kind of moving things along here regarding both Skyrim and our other stuff. We usually tend to do tabletop games, so
fresh food.
The Skyrim is more of a...
Someone's been here recently, but the people I asked, no one in...
We have a tendency to focus a lot more on tabletop games than video games.
Did you hear that? I think it came this way.
But doesn't mean that we're not willing to take a peek at some other things if necessary. I'm not seeing any additional cabbages. Oh, there's one. Didn't really expect there to be any in that barrel, but because it would be odd for them to put cabbages right next to more cabbages. Oh, no, need the gold. Because at this point, I still need to furnish the house here in Markarth. There's more cabbages. I'm less worried about that guy and the quest than I am about finding stuff. Huh. I don't know if I have that book yet. Let's see. Don't need the sword. I think I grabbed the dagger. Pretty sure. We've got plenty of weight that we don't have to worry about. Yeah, I'm hoping they do something interesting with the next game once we do end up getting there. I know that so far I have yet to become bored with Skyrim. And I mean, I've played through entirely twice. Since then, I've played maybe 3 other times without really intending to try and complete it. But this one, we started from the beginning just so that I could start at 1 and bring folks along with us on the full journey. And then some of the other things ended up coming up as just random stuff. The cabbages, the daggers. Because we got to get the daggers for Vax. And I mean, we've got small collections for various existing characters from other places. I've even named and enchanted some of the weapons because of that, in order to fit with the same theme and aesthetic.
This isn't an ordinary day. We have to get help.
Weak. He's weak. You're strong. Crush him.
Really? Well, if I must, I must. That was rather simple.
Your reward is waiting for you, mortal. Further down.
That should give us the key we need. The lighting just got really weird. I think that's just because of Molag Bal, but still, it kind of fits.
Yes, further into the bowels.
I don't really like that term, but okay. The bowels. I'm just not the kind of person who would want to, you know, crawl into bowels. It just doesn't sound right. Okay, those are all empty. It is weird that all of these abandoned homes and dungeons and catacombs all have like fresh food and lighting, even though nobody's supposed to have been there for decades, if not longer. Cabbages, there we go. And I know I've been grabbing the mead, and honestly I don't know why. Our collection is for ale, but that's separate.
So close. Your prize is waiting.
So Molag Bal, who are you really? Chained Oblivion, maybe?
Fool! Did you think Molag Bal, the Lord of Domination, would so easily reward you?
No, I knew better.
What do you see from that little cage? Speak.
Okay, I just did.
Rusted. Dry. There was a time when this mace dripped with the blood of the feeble.
Well, yeah,
and the
but
worthless.
even when I'd walked into the place, the guy who was already in here waiting for me had sat there and said, "Look, fresh food."
Boethia had her priest desecrated, left it here to decay, until you came.
Okay, so now what do I do?
Revenge? No. I want submission. I want the
Okay.
priest who did this to bend his knee and give me his soul. He comes by to perform Boethia's insulting rites at my altar, but he's been missing. Captured and bound, left to rot.
It's a weird looking skull.
Save him. Let him perform his rite one more time. And when he does, we will be waiting for him.
It's certainly an unusual design, whatever creature that might be. Yep. Yep. I noticed the object, not the altar. I mean, I kind of noticed all of it, but I figured the mace is the main thing sitting here. And this way, at least, we can get some of these lesser quests out of the way, so that we don't have to worry about them so much. Oh, wow. I did not realize that... Wait, what is today? Friday? So... Ah! it does have an... Molag certainly has an unusual skull. The cheekbones seemed a little odd to me. I guess some of the art that I've had to do for our tabletop games have me kind of looking at things a little differently in that respect. Okay, so where is the... There he is. The arrow didn't show up right away. This will give us more to do, at least. I do want to thank everyone for joining us. Folks are welcome regardless of where it is, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Admittedly, the more numbers we can get on Twitch, the better, as that would mean being able to increase the kind of things that we have available, as well as the options available for our viewers. But until then, we do have our ways of...
I heard something. Huh? Where'd you come from?
Where? There you are.
Do your worst.
I'll do my worst, all right.
Done? Who's there?
I need the arrows and the dagger. Soul gem couldn't hurt. There we go. Don't need the sword.
You there? Are you here to kill me?
Nope.
Slay the mighty Lowgrove while he sits tied and helpless. Rescue.
I hate those
No one
coughs.
knew where I was when I was taken. Who sent you? The Dark Mistress?
Sure.
I have to get to Markarth at once. Cut me loose. Oh, freedom. Now get out of my way. I have a task to attend to.
Okay. I kind of figured more folks would be here. Let's go ahead and just fast travel. The more money we get, the more stuff we can get. Huh. Well, they haven't changed him that much then. It's always nice when folks decide to stick with the already established universe and how things work. Unfortunately, a lot of things nowadays have a tendency to ignore the universe created by some person in particular. Only to have studios and stuff come along and say, nope, you got to do it this way instead. It's usually why movies are so different from books and all that, because of other people saying, I know better than the writer.
Oleg Paul, you think you can best Boethiah's faithful? I have won this contest before.
Ah, but I have my own champion this time,
Yup.
Groff.
What? You?
Mortal, I give you my mace in all its rusted spitefulness.
Okay.
Crush the spirit from Logroff's bones. Make him bend to me.
I'm trying. Wait, where?
I won't.
Where'd you come from?
Do your worst.
That'll teach you.
Did that help?
You mortals in your frail, limp, pathetic bodies. Try it again.
Call that a...
Who's there?
Hey! You pay for this.
As far as
That'll teach
No
you.
more.
there we go.
No
There we
more.
go.
I submit, Molag Bal.
Yeah,
I submit.
I would love to see the Channer series in particular.
Yes.
You pledge your soul.
Howdy, welcome. Glad folks are here. Serana kept getting in the way.
Forsake the weak and pitiful.
Dag nabbit, Laura
Boethia.
Bailey.
You're mine now, Logroff. Kill him.
Okay, but I'll do it my way. I don't want the Forsworn arrows, dag nabbit. Rather use that one. Whoops, forgot to switch my bow. Here you go. I'll make it quick and painless. Hooded robes. Gotta take the hooded
The
robes.
mace of Molag Bal. I give you its true power, mortal.
Wow.
When
I am
your
glad
enemies
everybody's
lie
here.
broken and bloody before you, know that I will be watching. Now,
There
I
we
have
go.
a soul in oblivion that needs claiming. Take care of the house while I'm gone.
Does that mean I get 2 houses now? Okay, now I need to... I don't need the boots. They have very little value. Yikes. Okay, what else do I have that I don't? Don't need the charcoal. True. Very true. A lot of this I just have no real use for is all. Granted, I do still need to go running around and selling some things, but I am a ranged fighter. I am not a melee fighter. And I'm more the enchantment type rather than direct spells. Mostly because I can mix more damage into it, I guess. By taking something with reasonably high damage capacity in the first place, and the right enchantments added to it, especially if you can double enchant, then things go really well. Okay, that takes care of that. I do need to get a few things sold. So let's jump over here to Whiterun real quick. Some of this can be sold. Some of the other stuff I'll need to go and drop some stuff off for sale. Mostly because now the only thing I really need to do is pay for the decorations for the Markarth house, and those are all done. So that gets us the full collection of houses, including the one on Solstheim. So that's one collection completed. Most of the other collections can't really be completed per se, as a lot of them are just random items that tend to respawn eventually. Let's see. 9 p.m. We'll give you that. Yeah, that's kind of weird that the Molag Bal storage is fine, but certain other villains' places, you can't really just store stuff. Of course, one of these days, I am going to need to go through I'll need to go through and probably get a few other things figured out in terms of that kind of thing. Still need to find all the stones of Baron Zaya.
What do you need, my friend?
So kind of interesting to see how things go.
So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
I'm interested in selling you stuff. You'll also notice that most of these I have very little use for personally, which is why I'm more willing to sell certain that one. There.
Come back anytime.
It's a little bit of money. Whoops, wrong way. Wrong door. Wrong door. That's the one. Sometimes I lose track of which door is which. But yeah, I still have the third chapter of the one-shot to finish writing so that we can go ahead and get that going in terms of whether it's a live stream or not. I'm not sure yet. Kind of depends on how things go.
Find what you're looking for. Careful now. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Nope, those stay with me. Those have no value. No, I'm keeping that because reasons. That'll do for now. Now, that spot where we had found that priest. That was over here, right? I think. Is it over further, maybe? Let's see. There it is. I haven't actually explored this whole area, and it doesn't say it's cleared yet, so figure might as well see what we can clear out of here before moving forward. I do hope everybody's had a decent day. For anybody who may have missed the previous mention, we are looking at doing a possible early release video on Patreon. It might end up being a Patreon exclusive. It depends entirely on how things go. But it would be a me sitting down and reading a short story, which may not sound like much, but there have been folks who keep telling me that they would love for me to read some sort of story. So I figure I could go ahead and do a recording of Jim Butcher's short Christmas Eve story from 2018. Depending, of course, on whether or not migraines start up and I'm able to actually read it all the way through. That kind of thing. But if it's something that folks might be interested in, then please feel free to let us know, and I'll do what I can to make sure things work out as good as possible. I missed completely. Well, if she wants to run ahead and... Serana. Well, that worked. The Briarheart, poison. I was kind of expecting more. That went way better than I was expecting, so I'm a little unsure. But I figure it couldn't hurt to at least take a look around, make sure we've covered everything. Is that the way we came in? It is. all the types of things that we can use to oh wow. Take those. The tooth. Tragedy in Black. I don't know if I have that book yet. Although considering the cost, I would assume so. That's it. Huh. I was expecting more. Something a little less fuzzy. If anybody catches that reference. I was expecting something a little bigger, more grand, a little less fuzzy. I think that's close. I don't think that's the exact quote. Was there more back there? I thought I'd gotten all of them. Unless there was another chest that I hadn't seen. Again, for the most part, with at least when I play Skyrim, I'm long past the point where I actually need to pick anything up. Right now, the only thing I really need to do would be to up my enchanting so I can double enchant items. And up my smithing. A lot of this other stuff is just me randomly wandering and going, hey, what's this over here? Okay, we cleared that one. Kind of want to deal with this one then. That's kind of the way we do things, is just, hey, what's this here? Let's check that out. Okay, we did that. Now, what's over here? Ooh, there'd be an idea. Take the movie Clue and turn it into a D&D one-shot. Ish.
Another cave. I've spent enough time underground.
Although, to be completely honest, I should probably watch the movie Clue again. It's been a while. For those who may not be aware, there actually is a movie called Clue, based on the board game. Came out late 70s, early 80s, I think. Right around the time of Rocky Horror Picture Show. And also stars Tim Curry. A unique weapon here. Well, we'll definitely do our best to try and recover it. I mean, honestly, what I should do is set up a map, or is bring up a map and see if I can find the, whoops. That was just stupid. What did I just do? Okay, I need better arrows. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need some more arrows here, because, yikes. Okay, we'll go with the Orcish for now. That seems to have the best damage and the highest number of arrows available.
Something's not right here. Be
Here,
careful.
hold that.
I think we might be in for some trouble.
You know, I really hate it when it's like, yeah, you can shoot them from here. Oh, no, there's something in the way. Now that was a decent... That's the kind of thing I'd clip. That kind of changes it from, did you hear something, to did you feel something? What's the matter, Serrano? Did I get in your way? In other words, did I do exactly what you have a tendency to do to me? Am I really just shooting it right over his head? My arrows are entirely worthless. There we go. I don't know what the heck was going on there. I mean, if I end up having to use the Falmer arrows, fine. But I personally would rather not. Kind of confused as to what exactly happened here. Who's armored? The guy I was shooting at. It wasn't even indicating that I was hitting him, though. That's the part that was bugging me. Ah. Okay, so there should be arrows or something over here. Search the barrel. Nope. Didn't need the mead. I don't even see my arrows. It's okay. There's plenty more of this place to explore. Ah, okay. So Falmer armor is roughly the equivalent of, or that Falmer heavy armor at least, is roughly the equivalent of ebony armor, which was always my favorite. After, of course, this armor. Whoops. Keep hitting the wrong button. Hate it when that happens. Now, hopefully, tomorrow, we might be a little delayed getting on the air as we have some new equipment we're expecting. So hopefully we will have a bit of an increase in what we have available moving forward.
Should have known she was lying. Said she'd wait for me. They never wait.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's starting to bug me. What did I pick up that I didn't really need to pick up? Any swords? Nope. Apparel, then. Don't really need that. can't eat the cabbages. And can't eat that, and can't drink any of the ale. Other than that, everything else is good to go. Okay, so there's that. Somebody's still alive in here. I know, because I hear him talking. And I needed to drop some of that weight so we could pick up the drum and the flute. Pretty sure I have all those. Otherwise, I would have grabbed them for Caleb.
Where'd you come from?
Bound blade? Yep.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Gotta love that paralysis bit. We will be needing to take a short break here soon, but I promise it won't be a long one. Just want to be able to make sure I grab all this stuff real quick before I forget it. And honestly, I'm not exactly sure where I am currently, at least as far as this place is concerned.
No, you'll never take me alive.
Looks like we got her.
I don't intend to take you alive, especially because you came at me with an attack right off the bat. If you're gonna attack me right off the bat without even giving me a chance to say, hey, are you okay? Then I'm gonna defend myself. As us Mandalorians would say, Oya. Okay, that does cover here. Ooh. Oh, that brings us back in here. So, and we've checked there. So the only place I haven't checked yet is here. I don't know if I have that one. I know I have that one. I personally have a tendency to collect riddles as it is. That's my personal collection, is riddles. And I blame Stephen King for that. His Dark Tower series in particular. Okay, so that's all cleared. What else have I missed here? This, where they came in? Yes, it looks like that's where they broke in to get at the bandits. Heh. Hi, how you doing? Hold this. Thank you. I'll grab that. Oh, really? But yeah, we've been getting a lot of things done lately as far as the writing and such required for the one-shot, along with some very interesting new ideas for some upcoming projects.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
That one's down. Oop, grab the mushrooms. Caduceus needs his mushrooms.
I knew I heard something.
What? What the? Oh. Yeah, give me 1 second, and I'll be taking my break here in just a moment. I just want to get this dude out of the way first. You realize you were blocking my shot, right? Oh yeah.
Teamwork right there.
That was teamwork right there. But yeah, I am needed for a moment, so if folks can please bear with us just a little longer. I can grab a quick break and come back to finishing off this location. Okay, at least I hit the right one. Okay, so that's... As soon as this one's down, I'll go ahead and take the break, unless something shows up out of nowhere.